Man, this episode was good, y'all. It was good. Come on, let's talk about it. Let's do it.
Too low to the mall, with a couple capos and 100 fucking dimes. College slaughter gang, you get your shit popped. Jack up with a drum, the bitch ain't never go stop.
What's up, y'all? Janae here. Welcome back to the channel. This is the Traitors, season 4, episode 8. We almost done, y'all. We are almost done. Few more episodes, and we will see who takes it all. I know my background's a little different. I'm in my office, the home office. Yeah. This is probably where I'm gonna start setting up soon or whatever. I just need to get my I'm on my phone now, but I need to get my laptop and all that stuff together. And I need a bigger desk, actually, because I have my work stuff, and then I need some space for my other, my YouTube stuff. So we working on it, but we are here for right now. So let's get this episode started. I know y'all ain't care about that. Y'all just care about the episode. But anyway, so the episode starts. So they are in, the remaining traitors are in the turret, Rob and Candace. And so they have to murder. Candace already wants to murder Colton. She's like, I'm ready to murder Colton or whatever. She's like, it won't track to me. But Rob is withholding the information that Colton has brought out Candace's name previously or whatever. So he's withholding it because Candace wrote his name down. And we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah. So Alan comes in. He says, since there are 2 traitors, he's like, y'all can recruit one more, or you'll have to murder somebody tonight. Candace says she's going to play nice for now. They're going to decide to murder. At breakfast, they start bringing up Candace and all that stuff. And at the time of me watching, I'm like, either they have killed Colton or Steven. I swear I hope it was Colton, just because I don't like him. So the remaining batch comes in, and it is Colton. Colton gone, y'all. Thank the Lord. I was like, thank God. He was annoying. But anyway, and I don't know if you guys know, but like on the Traitors Instagram and on their TikTok, I guess they do it like after, they get the letter that they've been murdered. Like they film like the reaction, because they reveal like who the other traitors are or whatever to them. I always wondered, did they wait till the show, or did they know right then and there? So after, they film, they have a separate filming that I guess they wait for the show to come on to show the traitors' reaction, or the faithful's reactions as to who the rest of the traitors are. So I can't wait to see what Colton is going to say when he sees that Rob was a traitor. That's going to be good. But anyway, Rob's upset. He's like, I didn't want that to happen, but I let Candace take the reins on it, and he fumbling all over himself and all that. Everybody's confused right now. The Traitors is imploding at this point, because now Rob is saying Candace, and Candace is saying Rob, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, ultimately it is a game. And I know this never happened, but on I think it was the Australian or UK traitors, like if there are 2 traitors left at the end of whatever, like they can choose, like they have like a fire ceremony, whatever, and they could choose whether to split the pot or take it all for themselves. So in the event that there are 2 traitors left standing, that's what happens. So even though you may ride to the end with your traitors and take all the faithful's money, a traitor could be like, yeah, let me take that. You feel me? So, all right. So the mission is that they have to, so there are 4 of them in this warehouse. It was Rob, Natalie, I don't remember who else. Rob, Natalie, Mark, and Steven? No, Steven was out there. I don't remember. But anyway, who cares? The mission. So they're in this warehouse looking for all these paintings or whatever. And around the castle, the other castmates have to go and there's like a description of what the painting is or what the picture is. And they have to pretty much act out the description. So one description was like a milkmaid farming a cow and pigs or whatever. So they have to act that out. So like one person was the cow, Candace was the milkmaid. Like, it was cool. And the people in the warehouse had to match the picture as to what. So let me backtrack a little bit. So ones that was out in the field, they were supposed to go off the description and act out that picture. Then take a picture, send it to them in the warehouse. The ones in the warehouse are supposed to match that picture as to, you know, what they're imitating. Sorry. But that's how that game goes. It was a cool game. They added like $12,000 to the prize pot. So at this point, their prize pot is over $150K. Rob and Candace do not trust each other, and man, Candace was doing good. She was doing good. I think what really knocked Candace and had people suspicious of her is that throwaway vote that she had for Rob last week's episode, and then all of a sudden she's gunning for him. Now it's coming off that she's playing emotionally, which she is, in my opinion. I'm like, damn, Candace, damn. So anyway, round table comes up and all that stuff. Johnny brings up Steven's name, and then Natalie and Rob and Candace, those are the names that are being thrown around. Rob and Candace have a little back and forth. At this point, I'm like, Candace is going home. I'm watching this, I'm like, Candace going home. Candace is going home. Maura voted for, like, it was almost unanimously they voted for Candace. Natalie voted for Tara because there was a situation where, when they were talking about Natalie last week, Tara was the one that actually started that, if my memory serves me correct. Well, that's what Candace said. So Natalie just threw Tara's name out there, but everybody else voted for Candace, and I was like, damn, man, because I like, and she has nobody to blame but herself. This is my opinion. We can agree to disagree in the comments. Keep it respectful, of course. But in my honest opinion, Candace shot herself in the foot with that throwaway vote to Rob last week, and then gunning for Rob so hard this week. Like, yeah, mama, you did it to yourself. And she shouldn't have, like, she did take it personal. She did take it personal. So it's rough. It's rough. But she took it personal, and she's gone. She has been banished. She gets to the circle of truth. She says, I don't want to cry. She said she played this game with valor, with love and respect. And then the music changed a little bit. And then she's like, and with treachery, because I am a traitor. So everybody is feeling great. They have gotten 2 traitors off in a row. Rob is the last traitor standing at this point, and everybody's like, oh my God, we got 2, da 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 da. Yeah. And I think it's so funny, and this is my opinion. Rob is going to win this whole thing. Rob is going to win this whole thing because nobody is on to him. I don't know if it's because he's he's a cute little white boy, or I don't know. There's just like, he's just so quiet. But everybody else was quiet, and then it's like, oh no, you a traitor. Like, so, like, even Candace like, whatever, I hope the faithfuls get him out. And then she's like, actually, I don't hope that they get him out. I hope, Rob takes the whole thing, and it'll be good for them, which it would be. Even like, after that whole banishment, Candace getting banished, they're talking, Eric and Kristen is talking, and they're like, well, who else could it be? Like, some people were saying Johnny, because Johnny was very emotional voting for Candace, and his reaction, they did get really close, and Steven has been thrown around, and Natalie has been thrown around, so nobody's on to Rob at all. And Eric was like, well, what about what Candace said? What about Rob? And then Kristen's like, no, No, that sweet man, that sweet man. I was like, yo, this gotta be a joke because he is playing y'all in y'all face. Like, this got to be a joke. But anyway, so Rob is in the turret all by himself. All by myself. He is in the turret all by himself, and Alan comes in and he says, you can recruit somebody, you can recruit one more player, and that player has to make a choice to become a traitor or get murdered that night. So he weighs his options. He's like, all right, excuse me. He says Johnny. He's like, maybe Johnny. He's like, because again, people are on to him and I could just knock him out real fast. Then he says Eric. Eric's quiet. Nobody's really on to him. Same thing. He could just, him and Eric could ride it to the end and he could take his money. Or Mark. Mark from Dancing with the Stars, who I always forget is freaking there. Mark's quiet. Why they ain't thinking he a traitor? But he's like, you know, Mark, he's smart and all that stuff. And did he mention Steven? I don't remember if he mentioned Steven or not, but he's like, I made my decision. I thought, me personally, I think I would have went with Mark, but I like, Rob is going to win this whole thing. Rob is going to win this whole thing. They are saying, and again, I don't know, I only started watching Traitors last season. I do want to go back. I did start season 2, but haven't finished it. But they're saying, what is her name? Siri from Survivor. She was on season 1 and she won the whole thing as a traitor. They're saying her game plan was excellent. I do want to go back and watch that season. But if y'all have watched season 1 of Traitors and are familiar with Siri, please let me know how she did and all that stuff. But anyway, so he chooses Eric. Eric has a letter to him, and it says, you know, your presence is requested, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, oh my God. He's like, I'm going to be recruited. He's like, I'm going to die a faithful, blah, 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 blah. And then this dumb motherfucker, because first of all, he was wrong with Tiffany. Remember that. He was wrong with Tiffany as to like, oh, that voice was Tiffany's or whatever when they were in the woods. And then he's like, this is a traitor's handwriting. I know whose handwriting this is. It's Johnny. I was like, this dumb mother. Then I thought about it. I was like, no, Rob is actually playing smart. He gonna get Eric because Eric's dumb. Eric ain't playing his game too bright. You know what I mean? So he's like, this is Johnny's. Anyway, so he goes down to meet the traitor, and they cut it off like at his reaction, which was the greatest reaction. So they get down. I ain't got my robe with me. I would have put my hood on, and Rob pulls his cloak off, and Eric's like, he could not believe that it was Rob. And that's when the episode goes off. Okay, y'all, that's it. What did y'all think of this episode of The Traitors? Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see y'all on the next video. Later.